Hola amigos, bienvenidos al canal de Español con la señora Pérez. Today we're going to be looking at preferencia y rechazo. There are two useful Spanish verbs that are used to express desire and preference. On one hand, we have the verb querer, which means to want. On the other, we have preferir, which means to prefer. Let's look at some quick examples. Juan quiere una naranja. Juan wants an orange. Tú quieres cenar. You want dinner. Note that both verbs can be followed by either a noun or a verb in the infinitive form. Yo prefiero frutas. I prefer fruits. Nosotros preferimos agua. We prefer water. Again, both verbs can be followed by either a noun or a verb in the infinitive form. The verbs querer and preferir are not regular verbs. They are stem-changing verbs. This means that the stem of the word will change vowels. In this case, they will change from an E to an IE. If you haven't watched my videos on stem-changing verbs, you may want to go ahead and do so. Let's take a quick look at the verb conjugations for the verb querer. Yo quiero, tú quieres, él, ella quiere, nosotros, nosotras queremos, vosotros or vosotras queréis, ellos, ellas quieren. Like I mentioned before, the verb querer is a stem-changing verb. These verbs are also known as boot verbs. If you notice in the diagram, the green squares make the shape of a boot. That is why they're called boot verbs. Now let's take a look at the verb conjugations for preferir. Yo prefiero, tú prefieres, él, ella prefiere, nosotros, nosotras preferimos, vosotras, vosotros preferís, ellos, ellas prefieren. Again, the verb preferir is a stem-changing verb or a boot verb. Just look at the green squares. It makes the shape of a boot. Again, check out my videos on stem-changing verbs. Now, when you really like something, you know that you're going to use the verb gustar. But what do you say when you don't like something? You simply use the gustar in the negative form. Here's the formula. You begin with the word no, then you add your IOP or your indirect object pronoun, followed by the verb gustar in its conjugation, of course. Here's a quick example. No me gusta el café. I do not like coffee. You can also use querer in the negative form. Here's the formula. No, followed by querer in its conjugated form depending on who wants or doesn't want this. Here's a quick example. No quiero el café. I do not want the coffee. Now, you can say, yo no quiero el café, but quiero is already conjugated to that first person singular, so you do not need to add that subject pronoun. But it's up to you. You can also use the verb preferir in the negative form, and it's the same formula like querer. Begin with no, followed by preferir in the conjugated form, depending on who prefers or doesn't prefer the item. Here's the example. No prefiero el café. Prefiero is already conjugated to that first person singular, yo. So you do not have to add the subject pronoun at the beginning You can if you'd like, though. Again, the example is, no prefiero el café. I do not prefer the coffee. Bueno, amigos, we have reached the end of this video. Remember to click the thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. You can follow me now on Instagram and TikTok at The Real Señora Pérez. As always, gracias. Hasta la próxima.